Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Cast. Welcome back to another episode reaction of Haikyuu. This time we're on Season 1, Episode 6. So, in the last episode, we wrapped up the 3v3 practice game with Hinata and Kageyama on one team and Suki and Yamaguchi on the other. Hinata and Kageyama ended up winning, which is really nice, but at the end of the episode, we realized that we got challenged by another school for a practice match, Aoba Josei. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. They want to have a practice match against Karasuno under the condition that Kageyama plays setter for the entire match. I had theorized last episode that this was potentially the school that Kageyama had applied to and had been turned down, but now that I think about it a little bit more, this is more likely the fact that Kageyama's ex-teammates are on this team, and now that they want to challenge Karasuno just to prove that they are now better off without him. But if that is the case, then I assume that they will be dreadfully mistaken. Because, as we know, Kageyama has come a very long way in a very short amount of time. Meanwhile, Hinata is definitely not doing so well for himself. His nerves are definitely getting the better of him, obviously because of a lack of experience, and I think it's most likely affecting his confidence, so we are definitely going to have to see how he does once he actually gets on the court, because I feel like that might be the moment when things change, and there's a chance that they don't, and that will be interesting to see as well. Frankly speaking, a lot can go wrong in this match, and it most likely will. Of course, I'm not saying that I think they're going to lose, but I think it would be a bit too much to ask for them to be perfectly synergized and perfectly coordinated in their first match when they haven't had a whole lot of time to prepare, and this other team apparently is one of the top teams in the area, so it'll be a tough match to be sure, and I think if Hinata and Kageyama can work together well, that could be the key to getting them the victory, but it definitely depends on both of them, and both of their mental states and physical states might be a bit compromised in this match, so it depends if they can get themselves together. If you would like to watch my reactions to the next episodes right now, they're over on my Patreon. Episode 7 is available on the Soul tier, and episodes far past that, it'll be listed here on the screen, are available on the Ascended tier. Those reactions are also extended length, meaning that you get more reaction and more discussion to go along with each and every episode. You can also go follow me on all my socials. The links, of course, are in the description. Alright, I am ready to see how they do in this match. Right, he puked on his pants, right? I doubt that. You gotta stop putting pressure on him. It's just gonna make it worse. Suga's the only one that actually gets it, it seems. This match is probably gonna mean quite a lot to Kageyama too. Yeah, Daichi's like, oh my god, we are so screwed today. Episode 6, an interesting team. Yeah, so these are some of his ex-teammates? Or he is. 別に大したことないっすよ。確かに個人技は頭一つ抜けてましたけど、チームプレーってもんが根本的に向いてないんすよ。That's where you're wrong. 自己中だから。坊主で目つき悪くてさ、頭悪そうな顔した。Yeah, he's gonna run right into him. What'd you say? うちをあんま舐めてと。Damn, they got the they got the crows all lined up. That was coordinated. Suki is really gonna be good at this sort of thing. I don't know if I like how they're taunting them ahead of time. They might be setting themselves up for failure. I love them. I love Tanaka so much. Yeah, you gotta let him choose how he wants to handle this. It's like Suga said earlier, he's grown up a lot. These guys have a big team. Like a lot more players than they do, it seems. 全員の能力が平均して高いのが青葉調整だ。よそ行ったらどこでも Wow. And this isn't the best team, apparently. Can't wait to see the best team. Stop it, Tanaka. Hey, that might have been a nice thing to say. In a weird way. Oh, well, never mind. You made it worse. Nope. He went to the bathroom to go puke some more. I love Tanaka, but probably is not helping the situation. Wasn't Hinata, like, nervous and puking in the bathroom in the first match as well? Isn't that when he met them the first time? Or am I not remembering that right? You're not... Yeah, you're sort of just reinforcing. Yeah. Oh. He's just... They're so underprepared. They're underestimating him. It's giving him some stuff to think about. Oh, it's just making him more stressed. I don't think he's like that anymore, though. I feel like he's able to swallow that anger and focus on what's important now. He's able to meet him in the middle a little bit more. Will she actually do something or just make it worse? Made it worse. Yep. Daichi, you're the captain. Can you not say anything to him? Okay. I was thinking that maybe Hinata would get better when he got on the court, but maybe not. I feel bad for him, I do. I feel like they're trying to help, but it's a tough thing to deal with. Overthinking is a really tough beast to conquer, and I know this because I do it so much myself. And it's such a frustrating thing to deal with because we do it for a reason, but more often than not, it actually just inflates the thing that we're worried about to the point that it gets even harder to conquer and it causes us to be more likely to fail at it. And the real thing about it, the reason why overthinking is such a problem, is that the fear and anticipation of the failure is often actually worse than the failure itself. Confidence is such a funny and very fickle thing. In a way that I'm sure we're all very familiar with, it can crumble very quickly, but on the other side of the coin, it can stack too. I think Hinata's starting line to get his normal confidence back is for him to make even a small play correctly and then to be positively reinforced. If he does get that, the confidence can build a sort of momentum and then end up creating a positive feedback loop where the more plays he does right, the more confidence he gains, and then the better off he'll be both mentally and physically. He'll end up playing better and feeling better and just being more confident, especially going into future matches. That is what I would like to see, but there is also a decent chance that he makes a lot of misplays and his confidence ends up growing worse and worse until he may need to step out and take a break, or he might need somebody to sort of drag him back into reality or have some sort of epiphany. There's a couple different ways this could go, but I would love to see something like that. Oh, dude. Hinata, please. You gotta listen to the callouts, dude. Yeah. It's alright to make a mistake, but... yeah, he's out of it for sure. Oh my god! Dude, he just took out the ref. Jesus, that's a red card. It's okay. It's just the first set. They can come back. But maybe this is it. Maybe this is the moment he makes a good play and brings it back. I don't know. It's not gonna happen. Good luck. Good luck, Hinata. Good luck. That was the breaking point. And now you gotta deal with Kageyama. And now they're mocking him. No, man. Gonna hurt his pride in front of his former teammates. I feel like Kageyama's actually not gonna snap at him. I feel like he's actually gonna snap him out of his nervousness somehow. And it'll say a lot about him too, his growth, because before, he probably wouldn't have done that. He's swallowing his pride to get what he needs to get done. I mean, that's fair enough. The worst thing you could have done. I guess that's one way to look at it. That was a uniquely interesting way of snapping him out of it. That was kind of nice, though, in a weird way. Yeah, I don't think anybody has that expectation of him just yet, though. He said that before as well. I guess that's fair. Don't worry about it if it hasn't happened yet. A little bit easier said than done, but... Exactly. They'll fill in the gaps. Yeah, absolutely. That was nice. I like that. Tanaka's cool. I think so too. Yeah, Hinata can really appreciate the earnesty. I know you could probably attribute a bulk of that helpfulness to Tanaka, but I have to say I am once again impressed with Kageyama. He delivered a message that probably only he could have to Hinata, and in its own way, I think it was almost equally helpful. Kageyama asking questions to Hinata, making him zero in on the things that are making him nervous, is actually really useful because it kind of forces his brain to reevaluate the situation and to be able to actually step back out of himself for a second and question, why is this making me nervous? What about this is making me nervous? And adding that extra line about, you already sort of did the worst, scariest thing, so what could you possibly have to lose now? It kind of sounds like a bit of a burn, but I actually think there's a bit of truth to that. It kind of goes back to what I said about anticipating the worst thing, but the worst thing actually not being as bad as the build-up for it. He's already done it. It can't get any lower from here. You can only go up, so why not just focus up and play better? Obviously, a little bit easier said than done, but I still think it was a good message from him. But like I said, a majority of the credit is going to go to Tanaka here. What a good speech from him. Possibly his best speech yet. He's such a bro character, such a good teammate, and yeah, a majority of the credit obviously goes to him for lifting Hinata's spirits. I just had to give Kageyama credit where credit's due. Whose team are you on, Suki? I'm gonna love the Suki smack talk to all the other teams. He's also a decoy. so he doesn't need to be responsible for hitting every spike. Nice. Oh, he's going for it. Missed. Is it to somebody else? No. Yeah, it's sort of reinforcing what he thinks about Kageyama, but... Oh! Yeah, that's gonna throw you off quite hard. Bad answer. It's still there, but he's focused on what's more important. Oh, damn! It's so satisfying every single time. Very good. They're so good. Yeah, but stay focused. What was that look on Suki's face? Until it's a fake, right? He's got his eyes open, that's not to him. He probably means that too. There's so much smack talk. Right. If you think it's real, your enemies are obviously going to think it's real too. There's no need to put on an act. It's purely up to Kageyama. The other team's keeping it together fairly well so far, though. They're doing a lot better, though. Look at that. And he's hitting the Kageyama sets. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The confidence is just gonna come steadily. He's learning that he has the capabilities to keep up as well, even if he doesn't have the refined experience just yet. I mean, the other team's taking it pretty well, all things considered. It's pretty impressive that they can recognize that. Exactly. Also why he's such an effective decoy. I like this enemy team. I thought they were going to come into this with a lot more spite toward Kageyama, which they sort of did, but not as much as I thought. Okay, so that just confirms what I said. This was not the team that Kageyama applied for and didn't get on. I also realized that Kageyama is number 4, and that's my personal favorite number. It's reinforcing that he is me. Is that is that how you talk to a teammate that just did a good thing? It raises their defense capability. Right, because they're both very tall. There's gonna be some friction here. Wow. Gangly. It's tough. Oh my god, he's so petty. He's so petty and Kageyama just returns it. He's so me. I fall for every bait like that. Even when I know they're messing with me, I just always can't let him get away with it. Wow. That's pretty big praise. They are indeed. So the title was about them. The title of the episode. Okay, they came back and won a set. Nice. So it's 1-1 now. Oh? Oikawa. Look at this guy. The girls screamed when he came in. Uh-oh. The chat is in. Alright. The last set is not going to be so easy. Of course, just as Karasuno seems to have a glimmer of hope of winning this thing, the apparently star player shows up with his screaming women fans in the audience, which, you know, as much as I am Kageyama, that part would also be me. But no, seriously, I am actually very impressed with both teams. I thought that the enemy team would be more susceptible to getting angry and playing worse, because everybody knows whenever you get angry in any competitive setting, you end up just playing worse, and not to mention the teamwork becomes a lot worse because you can't communicate well. I thought that that might be a thing once the enemy team saw that Kageyama is actually able to work with people now. I thought that they might get jealous and jaded because that was never the situation for them, but so far, so good. They're actually being fairly accepting of the situation, all things considered. I don't really know how this final set's gonna go considering they've got a new player. If I had to make a prediction right now, I actually think that Karasuno might lose this final set, and I'll tell you why. First of all, because it's a practice match, and even if they do end up losing, there's no actual repercussions for it, other than the fact of they might have their ego hurt a little bit, but all things considered, I think they've come a really long way. I think without being able to practice too much, with having a rookie on the field who, frankly, Hinata kind of threw their first set for them, he wasn't doing very good. He definitely cost them quite a few points. They've each made their own personal improvements in the match, and I think that they showed Aoba Josei that they are a force to be reckoned with, even if they're not at their best. I think that they've gained a lot of respect from the other team, from some of the spectators. They didn't show up and embarrass themselves, and I think that's what's important. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.